So I thought we should just make a video on the because we're on the ferry. We're going to Canada. We're gonna make a little video.
Stop it.
Shut up, Zach. You're gonna help me with this
Shut
video,
up.
whether you like it or not.
Well, I don't like it at all.
3, 2, 1, roll.
Rolling. Yes.
So announce it. Go ahead.
I think you should announce it.
Alright, so it's another Cold Stone video. So I'm Sam.
I'm Zach.
And
with us today is Starren. And he's the new cameraman.
He's the cameraman. Don't say hi,
Starren. For the very
Starren.
first time, just for this video.
Yeah, I don't want to hear your voice in the video, Starren, but
He's not gonna
viewers know he's right there,
He's not
okay?
gonna talk, don't worry.
So yeah, we are right now currently on a ferry on our way to Canada.
From Washington State
Um,
to Canada. And we wanted to touch base before we hit the ground.
before we hit the ground running. In Canada. Let's talk about a couple of the lives of Canada the way we see it. So some of the topics of Canada are
wildlife,
the nightlife, and the You know I love ABBA. You know I love rockabilly. Yeah. No, but yeah, we're in Canada, so and I'm excited to say the least. So cut. Yeah.
So we're in Canada. We're driving over to Victoria, and
Talk louder, Zach.
to be honest, I don't know what to think. I've seen a lot of billboards. In fact, I've never seen so many billboards in my entire life. And needless to say, I'm definitely less excited than Sam is. I just want to let you guys know that I actually used to hate Canada and all things Canadian, and I'm starting to think of this trip as a way to judge Canada and either be redeem myself, or be vindicated. So I'm out.
Canadian wildlife. So it's a bunch. They got a bunch here. Sorry, but they have a bunch of wildlife. You know, a lot of birds. A lot of the birds and the bees, I guess you could say, but
Not at all.
well, see, that's the thing. I don't know anything about it. So why don't we just get the camera on Zach? Because you're the wildlife specialist over here. You're a little in-house residential resident in residence of wildlife.
Not a specialist at all.
So go ahead and just talk about him. Well, you know it, so speak up, because I want to be heard. I want you to be heard.
I can tell you the basics of Canadian wildlife. Anything you have to know when you're gonna go and train in Canada. For any field that you want to know. I mean, come on. Any animal that you're gonna find in Canada can be placed into any of 3 categories. Do you want to know what they are?
Yeah, I'd love to know. What are they?
The way I put it is mooses, bears, and birds.
See, what about lions? Because I thought that was also a category that you could put.
Clump them in with the bears.
Oh, okay. That's a type of bear?
I think lion's a kind of bear. Bear's a kind of lion.
Okay.
Just call it bear.
All right. So what about them? I mean, what do we have to learn about these different
mooses? We don't really know anything about mooses. We have an idea of what they eat, which is fish, bears, other mooses. I would tell you to stay away from them, except that chances are, wherever you're going to be in Canada, they're going to probably stay away from you. I mean, they, yeah. So that's what I'm going to tell you about mooses. Bears and birds. You probably know enough about bears and birds. Pretty self-explanatory.
I mean, but what do they feast on? I mean, what kind of do they eat? What do they eat?
They also eat bears and birds.
Oh, so it's both cannibal, or?
No, the bears eat the birds, and the birds eat the bears.
Oh, so they feast on each other.
I think that's right.
All right. Let's see. Uh.
That is a sampling of one of the many beats you might hear while in one of the big clubs in the Canadian towns, cities that are border towns, just big towns all over the Canadian border, and Canadian nightlife, just a lot of it, really great stuff. All the cities. Cities like Juneau and Anchorage, Hoover, Vancouver, all the great cities in Alaska, Canada, and there's some great clubs. My favorite are Bruno's, Patty's, the Pat House, the Harbor. Great stuff. Actually, there's a tradition in Canadian clubs that at midnight you find the oldest guy, the oldest man in the club, the old man, and you force him to pay for.
What is this, the old man tradition?
Yeah, all the drinks around for every single person in the club. It's very funny. Sometimes he doesn't want to pay, and you just make him pay. All right, it's really good. And if he doesn't want to pay, then that's where the real fun comes in. I'm gonna let you just try it on your own. I've done it a few times. I didn't have to pay because I'm never the oldest one in the club. Canadian nightlife, wild stuff. It should be called wildlife, but it's actually at night and it doesn't take place out in the wild. But it is wild. So when I say nightlife, or when I say wildlife, it's the same thing.
Yeah. So I mean, what is some of the best music?
Jig Jag.